Alright, man, this is some more video from days gone by in Jackson, Mississippi. This is the north part of North State Street. I'm traveling south. And what I'm doing with this filming, sharing memories. Got a bunch of good ones. What I want to do, as I have done since 2008, is get a lot of the grief out before I tell the real fun and funny stories. Hard times, good times, bad times, fun times. And I'm remembering from here, I dated a model from Louisiana Tech. I could talk about some of these people, especially if they no longer live in Mississippi, and of course I haven't had contact with most of these people that I speak of in 25 to 30 years, so I'm not bad-mouthing them any kind of way, but I may name these people by first name or possibly first and last name. I am in no way trying to slander anyone. I dated this model from Louisiana Tech. She was a Jackson resident and lived down here in, I think, what is still considered the Fondren, the part of the Fondren area. And she was involved in a date rape, pressed charges and the whole 9 yards, quit school. It had a very hard, harsh psychological effect on her. I was introduced to her by a friend who I had recently brought into the karate school, and he was around, I say, a green belt at that time, and I was a purple belt. I was almost on the black belt level even as a purple belt, because I stayed a purple belt for many, many years. I still am a purple belt in Shotokan karate. I'm a second degree black belt in Taekwondo. I repeat these things because martial arts has been a big part of my life and made me the man that I am and produced a lot of income for the careers that I've been in. This Cherokee Lounge. Now the lady I'm speaking of is of Greek descent. She's a very beautiful olive skin, black hair beauty. I believe she was 1 year younger than me. She lived in this neighborhood back here, and I don't really want to name her out of respect for her family and her, but she was a date rape victim at Louisiana Tech. The captain of the football team there, who was dating her, did not take seriously that she wanted to remain a virgin until she was married. And this guy took it for granted that after she had 2 glasses of wine that he could take advantage of her. And because he was using a lot of steroids and drunk himself, he just aggressively raped her and thought that she wouldn't complain about it. But it had a deep psychological effect on her, and I was one of her first boyfriends after that rape. She and I never had sex. We were boyfriend, girlfriend, held hands, kissed each other goodnight sometimes, and I was a good friend to her for several months. And part of the reason I'm bringing up the story is just the odd things that people do, like crossing a real busy road like this and causing all this traffic to have to just suddenly stop. It's not cool. The lady, after becoming close to me, attempted to hire me and signed a check for $250 that would pay for my travel expenses to go to Louisiana Tech and catch this captain of the football team out partying and beat the hell out of him. I do not do that for a living. Told her the same thing. I was not ugly about it, but I firmly told her that I do not accept money to beat anybody up, And when you don't know the circumstances of situations like a date rape or any type of assault, you know, a third party getting involved many times can just cause himself more harm than good. And that's a memory from the mid-1980s. At the time that I knew this lady, I was almost completely deaf, even more so than I am right now as I'm speaking to you. I can hear my voice a little bit as I'm speaking to you now. During these change of season months, I know it's only late January and it's not the end of the winter yet, but as you see, it is over 60 degrees and sunshiny outside central Mississippi. It's one of the things I love about Mississippi. We have all different kinds of weather. I consider the weather here mild most of the time. The heat and humidity does not bother me. During the summer months, I'm fine with it, and I get myself a nice suntan. This is the Fondren area. The lady that I'm referring to, our friendship ended because I refused to go to Louisiana Tech and beat the hell out of the football captain. So she hired my friend instead. He took the $250, went to Louisiana Tech, saw how big the football captain was and how many friends he had, and decided not to attempt to beat him up, and came back home and gave her back $180 of the $250 he was given. And then she got mad at him and stopped talking to him for a while. I didn't see her for a long time. She apparently got over the rape and things like that, because I saw her on a few dates later, smoking and drinking and carousing with the men. You got to be careful with regards to anything that has to do with date rape or any type of rape claim. Women have been given too much power in those situations. I don't know what this guy's doing. Let us help love your baby. Okay, that's cool. So I'm gonna go down here to the Rainbow Food Co-op and get myself some herbs to calm down my blood pressure, since I cannot get a proper doctor's appointment with a professional doctor in Clinton, Mississippi. I am on Medicaid and Medicare since the year 2000, and there are some months when I have more or less money and can afford more or less of any essential thing that I need, and I need medical attention for high blood pressure. So I'm going to take my son inside Rainbow Food Co-op and get the best herbs available to lower my blood pressure.